ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोऽयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवनं च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna. So today is very auspicious August disappearance day of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the ISKCON founder Acharya, ISKCON BBT Acharya, empowered Acharya, a pure devotee of the Lord, a bona fide representative of the Lord Krishna, who comes down from spiritual world to propagate the glories of, to spread the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So in our Vedic principle, disappearance day is also auspicious. Generally, disappearance day or death, something like, normally in society, it is not so auspicious. But disappearance day of a acharya, a pure devotee, a representative of the Lord, is all auspicious. So how it is? Just like Krishna, Krishna's appearance and disappearance is transcendental and all auspicious. Similarly, the pure acharya, pure devotee, the bona fide representative of the Lord Krishna, their appearance and disappearance is also transcendental. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 9, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. His appearance and disappearance activity, everything is transcendental, not contaminated by the any kind of modes of nature. Therefore, the disappearance of the Acharya is also auspicious. Just like Prabhupada used to say, sunrise and sunset, both are beautiful. So, and mostly the disappearance is more important than the appearance of Acharya. Krishna's appearance and disappearance is already known. Just like when Krishna in the womb of the Devaki, the demigods came and praying. They know that. But Acharya's appearance, people do not know his glories in advance. But at the time of disappearance or after disappearance, we know that their unparalleled contributions. Therefore, we celebrate this disappearance day. Rather, it is more important than even appearance day, because their glories is more manifested at the time of disappearance or after disappearance. So now question is that why we are celebrating all this disappearance of the Acharya. So this is a very important point, because people would like to appear celebrate Janmashtami, Nrsimhadev Chaturdasi and Gaura Purnima, etc. But the Acharya's appearance, disappearance, why? So this most important thing we should understand, that the contribution, unparalleled contribution of Acharya to not only individual but collectively to human society. Because Guru or Acharya means Guru is to gu and ru. Ru means darkness, gu means dispels. So who dispels the darkness, he is Guru. So Guru means om ajnana timirandasya jnana anjana salakaya. That means who dissipate the ignorance of darkness with the torchlight of knowledge. Who gives the transcendental knowledge. Therefore, he is celebrated. He is more even worshipable than the God himself. Because at present moment, we have turned away from the Lord. As a result, we are suffering in this material world, rotting and rotating since time immemorial. Due to ignorance, we do not know that our real home is Krishna, and we have to go back to Godhead. Our real home is spiritual world. We do not know our identity. We are influenced by the Maya. Therefore, we are suffering in this material world. And the representative of the Lord, they come on behalf of the Lord for a missionary work to deliver the mankind from this nescience of material existence, to take us back to Godhead, to give the knowledge, the process, the method, how to go back to Godhead, how to terminate all the suffering. Therefore, the gurus, the acharyas, they are very, very, not only empowered, they are glorious, even more glorious than Krishna himself, God himself, because they are doing the business of Krishna. Krishna comes down for that purpose, of that only that purpose, to reclaim the conditioned soul. Yada jadai dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. So whenever there is a discrepancy in the matter of Krishna consciousness, people are godless. So Krishna comes to reclaim the conditioned soul and preach the dharma. The Acharya is also doing the business of Krishna on behalf of the Lord. They come down from the spiritual world. They are not appear. They do not appear just like we appear according to our karma. Karmena daiva netrena jantu dehotpayate. So according to karma, we come. Somebody is Bill Gates, somebody is gatekeeper. But Krishna and his pure devotee do not come due to the karma. They come for a missionary work according to their will. Namam karmani limpanti. Name karma phalaspraha. They are not affected by karma, but we are affected. We do not choose our path. So therefore, acharyas are very glorious. In these beautiful verses, it is stated that why acharyas are glorified. It says that janasya krishnad vimukhasya daivad adharmasilasya sudukhitasya anugrahaya charanti nunnam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. The beautiful verses. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion, uh, to the fallen soul who are averse to sense of subordination to the Lord. So these Acharya are great philanthropic souls. Vaisnava means they are concerned about others, paropakara. They are concerned about others, how to reclaim, how to rectify them, how to bring them back to their constitutional position. So therefore, they are very philanthropic, altruistic. And this kind of philanthropic is not just materialistic philanthropic, they are spiritual philanthropists. They show compassion to fallen soul. Therefore, they come down and they travel also. Just like Narada Muni, they're traveling. Everywhere is traveling and preaching and reclaiming the conditioned soul. Therefore, the acharyas are very good, very, very exalted. We are at conditioning stage on account of influence of the Maya put into a darkness. We do not know. We are in ignorance. So Shastra say Tamasima Jyotirgam, we come to the light, come to the knowledge. Because as long as we remain in darkness, we cannot terminate, we cannot get respite of all this kind of misery. Because material existence is very miserable because of birth, death, disease, old age, all these obnoxious miseries. Therefore, it is stated by Prahlad Maharaj that as long as we are in this ignorance stage, we cannot get out from, we cannot go back to Godhead. There is no question of going back to Godhead as long as we are in this ignorance platform. So Prahlad Maharaj say that my dear friend, O son of demons, it is certain that no one bereft of knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead has been able to liberate himself from material bondage at any time or in any country. So we need knowledge. Rather, those bereft of knowledge of the Lord are bound by material laws. They are factually addicted to the sense gratification. Their target is woman. They are actually, so they cannot get out without knowledge. Therefore, Krishna also spoke to Uddhava that only by knowledge we can get out. O most intelligent Uddhava, the living entity called Jiva is part and parcel of me. But due to ignorance, he has been suffering in material bondage since time immemorial. By knowledge, however, he can be liberated. By knowledge, one can be liberated. Therefore, the transcendental knowledge is highest because it will make us to liberate, terminate this obnoxious cycle of birth and death. Lord Shiva say that this transcendental knowledge is the highest achievement for the human being. In the material world, there are different type of achievement, but all of them, the achievement of knowledge is considered to be the highest because one can cross the ocean of nescience only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, the ocean is impossible. So here it is said that one can cross the ocean of nescience only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, it is impossible. As long as we remain ignorance, we cannot get out. Just like we do not know how to cross the traffic light, we endanger ourselves. Therefore, the transcendental knowledge is called the highest achievement of human being. It will suspend the wheel full of cycle of birth and death. But the problem is that this transcendental knowledge we cannot attain. Now the question may arise that how to obtain this transcendental knowledge. This transcendental knowledge cannot be obtained by ourselves. Because we have been so many lifetime, since time immemorial, put into such a darkness of with the ignorance platform, we cannot know. We cannot ourselves dissipate this ignorance. Just like a cloud can be dissipated when there is a sunlight. Cloud himself cannot dissipate, disperse. Similarly, it is stated that we ourselves cannot come to the light. Anadi avidya yuktasya purushayatma vedanam sattva na sambhandanyas tattvagya jnanada bhavet. So here it is stated that because a person who has been covered by ignorance since time immemorial is not capable of effecting his own self-realization, there must be some other personality who is in factual knowledge of absolute truth, can impart this knowledge. See, because we have been covered by the ignorance since time immemorial, we cannot ourselves come to the knowledge. Only by some personality who has got all this knowledge, he can impact, he can help us. Just like a person is bound, he cannot unbound himself. Person who is not bound, he can come and help us to unbound. Therefore, we do not know that. Even we do not know that. What to speak about knowing? Most of people, they do not know that we are in ignorance. They are thinking that is good. I am very good. I'm very, this life, material existence is very nice. I'm enjoying. That is Maya. The influence of Maya is so powerful that in every species of life, even hawks and dogs thinking, I am not bound, I am free, I am independent, I am very nice eating abominable thing, I am very happy. That is the influence of Maya. See how Maya is influencing us. There is a beautiful verses in this regard in Bhagavatam that that living entity in whatever species of life appears finds a particular type of satisfaction in that species. He is never averse to being situated in such a condition. Everything, even pigs and hogs, they are thinking, oh, I am very happy. The satisfaction of living entity in a particular type of body, even if it is most abominable, is called illusion. That is Maya. Everybody thinking I am happy. A person who is hospitalized, he is thinking also I am happy. How are you? I am cool. How much ignorance we have. This is the thing. So therefore, this one time there is a very nice story that Indra was cursed by his spiritual master to become a pig. He did some mistake, grave mistake. So then he was undergoing the curse or punishment of being a hog for several years of several lives. Then Brahma came. When it punishment get over, Brahma came to call him that you are the king of heaven. Please come to heaven. He told, no, 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 I am very happy here. I am very happy. I have so many families. I am eating very nice, abominable things, stools. See, that is so much illusion. It covers this living entity. Living entity do not know even. I am in ignorance. Therefore, Rishabhadev say that the living entity do not know that they are trapped. They are trapped. Loko swayam shreyasi nastadishtir yarthan samihetani kama kamaha. So they do not know, even due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his self-interest. The auspicious path of life is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desire. All his plans are made for this purpose, for temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy. Due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such foolish person does not even know about this. Do not know even that I am entrapped in this obnoxious material existence, in this transient existence, in this atmosphere of non-existence. They do not know that. Therefore, this knowledge is highest. And who can give the knowledge? If we cannot obtain the knowledge ourselves, who can give the knowledge? Therefore, the Acharya comes into the picture. Why Acharya are exalted? Because they give the knowledge. Ama jnana timirandasya jnananjana salakaya chakhur nimile tanjena tasmi sigurave. The Acharyas, Acharya ban Veda, Purusha Veda. You cannot understand the knowledge without approaching a Acharya. The Acharya business is to give knowledge. They are pure devotees. They come to take us out from this tamasima platform, ignorance platform, to knowledge platform. They bring us to the knowledge, platform of knowledge. Therefore, they are Acharyas. They are exalted. Therefore, Krishna say that in this beautiful verse, Krishna say that Shastra Guru Atma Rupe Aponara Janana Krishna Moro Prabhu Tatra Jivero Hoye Jnana. How to get that jnana? The forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literature, realized spiritual master and the super soul. Thus, through these, he can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. He can understand that Lord Krsna is the eternal master, deliverer from the clutches of Maya. In this way, one can acquire real knowledge of his conditioned life, can come to the understand how to attain liberation. Beautiful verses by Krishna. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself spoke this verse to Sanatana Goswami, that we conditioned soul now forgotten everything. We are in ignorance. And Krishna, being a father, is very affectionate. Despite our reluctance to reconcile, despite our adamant, Krishna is very compassionate. Bhuri karuna, very compassionate. A person may be great, but he may not be compassionate. But Krishna is a great, at the same time compassion. Bhuri karuna. So he wanted to educate us, enlighten us through spiritual Vedic literature. Therefore, he created the Vedic literature, all Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. And as he himself come as an incarnation and Vasudev, he compiled so many things, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, all the things. And also he sent realized spiritual master. Realized spiritual master position is exalted. They are non-different from Krishna. Krishna outside is acting as a realized spiritual master. Inside as a super soul, Chaitya Guru. So in both the way, he want to uplift us. He want to uplift us from the ignorance to knowledge. Jyoti, tamasima jyotirgama. Therefore, the position of the spiritual master is exalted. Because we can get this knowledge through the spiritual master. If Krishna himself said, Bhagavad Gita, if you want this knowledge, therefore you should approach a realized spiritual master. Tattvadarshi. So here it is said that tad vijnana tad vidhi pranipatena paripresena sevaya upadekyanti ganina upadekyanti te jnanam ganinam tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. They are tattvadarshi. Why they can impart? Because they are tattvadarshi. They have seen the truth. Therefore, they can impart the knowledge. They can impart the knowledge to everyone. Only a guru can impart knowledge because they are tattvadarshi. Not only tattvadarshi, why they can? They have some qualification. Why they can? Therefore, Shastrate tad vijnanarartham swagurum avigachet. So one should go to the Krishna. One should tad vijnanaratham swagurum avigachet. Avigachet means one must approach a spiritual master. There is no question of option here. There is no question of option. Tad vijnanaratham swagurum eva avigachet. One must approach a spiritual master. Because only spiritual master can impart knowledge. Why? Because they have a qualification. They are not only tattvadarshi, but srotiyam brahmanistam. They are very much expert in Vedic literature, Vedic conclusion, Vedic study. They are very expert. Srotiyam brahmanistam. Brahmanistam means they are 100% Krishna consciousness, 100% dedicated to Krishna. These are the qualification of the Guru. Therefore, one must approach a spiritual master to get this knowledge. Tadavidi pranipetena paripresena seva upadekyanti te jnanam. How to get the knowledge? Approaching them. Therefore, Shastra says you must approach. Here it is stated, one of the beautiful verses, it is stated that those who are serious, tasmad gurum prapadyate jigyansu shreyuttamam. Sabda parecha nismantam brahmani upasramasrayam. So therefore, any person who seriously desire real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master. Take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of scripture by deliberation, is able to conceive others of this conclusion. Such a great personality who have taken shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, leaving aside all material considerations, should be understood to be bona fide spiritual master. So now we know that we are in ignorance. You have to approach a spiritual master. You must approach a spiritual master. And who is that spiritual master? Sabda Parichan Snantam. The first qualification is very much expert in Vedic conclusion. Not only expert, he can convince other also. That is first qualification. Not that every Tom, Dick and Harry can be qualified as guru. And what is the second qualification to become a guru? Brahmani upasrama asrayam. They have sent person taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Brahmani upasrama asrayam. Take shelter of the Supreme Lord, leaving aside all material consideration. These are the two qualifications of the guru. Therefore, one must approach a bona fide guru, or a guru who has these two qualities, to get this transcendental knowledge. Therefore, the acharyas are very exalted because they impart this knowledge. They impart this knowledge to conditioned soul, so that conditioned soul can come out from this obnoxious material misery. Therefore, it is a acharyaban purusha veda. No, only one who can know the truth, who as a guru can know the truth. This is spoken by the Vedas, Chandrodagya Upanishad, that acharyaban purusha veda. Therefore, adau guru asraya, we have to take shelter of a guru. Jasya deve para bhakti, jatha deve tatha guru. So there is beautiful verses. It is said that those who have how to understand this transcendental knowledge, how to realize this knowledge. So one must have a faith, implicit faith on a guru and Krishna. That person, he can realize, he can receive this knowledge. Jasya deve para bhakti. This is also spoken in Upanishad. Jasya deve para bhakti, jatha deve tatha guru, tasyati katitai arthat prakasante mahatmanaha. So only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. This is given by Shatuttara Upanishad. It is further stated, Tusyayam sarvabhutatma guru susrasraya taranti agya bhava annavam. Bhava annavam means the material ocean of nescience. Simply by rendering service to spiritual master, one crosses the ocean of nescience and return home back to Godhead. Thus, he gradually sees the Supreme Lord face to face, enjoy life in association with Lord. That is the ultimate goal of life, to come in contact with Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Guru is a must. Therefore, Acharya's role is very, very important. Krishna says that Acharya mam bijaniyan. The Acharya are non-different. These beautiful verses in 11th canto, Krishna spoke to Uddhava that who is Acharyas, the identification of Acharya. Acharya mam bijaniyan nava manyate karchit. Namartya buddhaya swete sarvadeva maya guru. The position of Acharya is so exalted. Krishna himself say, one should know the Acharya as myself. Sakyadhari tena samasta sastri. All the revealed scripture proclaim that the Guru is as good as God. Never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary person. One should not think, oh, he's an ordinary man, a little bit of knowledgeable. No. He is the representative of all demigods. See, the Acharya position is such a great. It's not an ordinary one. Many people take it as just like a fashion, oh, he's Guru. But here it is repeatedly it is stated that Jasya Sakyat Bhagavati Jnana Deepa Prade Guru. The spiritual master should be considered to be directly the Supreme Lord because he gives transcendental knowledge for enlightenment. Why is Sakyat Guru? Because who gives this knowledge, transcendental knowledge. Consequently, for whom maintains the material conception that spiritual master is an ordinary human being, everything is frustrated. His enlightenment, his Vedic study, knowledge are like the bathing of an elephant. Bathing of an elephant, how elephant will bathe very nicely, and when come out again he will pour dirty things on his body. So there is no value of that. Kunjara swachat. Kunjara means in Sanskrit is called elephant. Elephant bathing is useless actually. Similarly, those who consider that Guru is an ordinary person, then his so-called knowledge, so-called enlightenment is all like a bathing of an elephant, useless. Therefore, the Guru is considered to be directly to be the Supreme Lord because he gives transcendental knowledge. That's why Acharya position is very, very important. Jnana timirandasa jnananjana chalaka chakkur unmiletan. Unmiletan means open the eyes with torchlight of knowledge. Therefore, he is exalted. Therefore, we are celebrating the appearance, disappearance of Acharyas. The position of Acharya is so exalted. Even Krishna goes to speak that Acharyas are Madhavakta Pujyadhika. The Acharyas are more worshipable than me. They are worshipable more than me actually. Krishna say that to Uddhava in these beautiful verses that Madhavakta Pujyadhika. The conclusion is therefore that a serious devotee must first approach a spiritual master who not only is well versed in Vedic literature but also is a great devotee with factual realization of the Lord. Without help of such a devotee, spiritual master, one cannot make progress in transcendental science of the Lord. And bona fide spiritual like Sukadev Goswami does not speak about Lord only for the matter of his internal potency, but also explain how to associate with it. So here it is said that Madhavakta Pujyadhika. See that the devotee of the Lord is more powerful than the Lord, but also worship of the devotee is considered more effective than direct worship of the Lord. So Krishna says also to Uddhava that worship is more effective. The worship of his devotee, pure devotee, is more effective than direct worship of the Supreme Lord. Madhavakta Pujyadhika. Krishna himself declared. Lord Shiva also, Lord Shiva spoke to this Parvati. Parvati, his wife, is a great personality. Still is asking, she is inquiring about Lord Shiva about the spiritual science. So Lord Shiva say that Lord Parvati asked Lord Shiva, who is the best worshipper, greatest worshipper? So Lord Shiva say that Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Tasmad Parataram Devi Tadyanam Sam Archanam. Lord Shiva they told to Goddess Durga, my dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigod, the worship of Lord recommend worship of demigod, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. Although Veda recommending for the worship of demigods because people have desires, they have no knowledge, desires. So somehow progressively want to elevate them. But the worship of Lord Vishnu is the topmost. However, above the worship of the Lord Vishnu is rendering service to Vaisnava who are related to Krishna. Tadhyana means anybody who is in relationship with Vishnu is above the worship of the Lord. Tadya means there is a definition of Tadya. It is stated that who is this Tadya? They are the pure devotee of the Lord. They are Tulasi Maharani also. They are temple, they are preaching, their books. So this is a beautiful verses. It is say that Tadya, meaning of Tadya. So it is stated that Tadya means that those who are in relationship with Krishna, that is called Tadya. The beautiful verses in CC, it is say that the Tadya here, Tadya, Tulasi, Vaisnava, Mathura, Bhagavata, এই চারির সেবা হয়ে কৃষ্ণের অভিমত. So Tadya means Tulasi leaves, the devotee of Krishna, the birthplace of Krishna, and the Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is very eager to see his devotees solve these four things, namely Tulasi, Vaisnava, Mathura, Bhagavatam. Four things: Tulasi, Vaisnavas, Mathura, and the Bhagavatam. So these are more exalted, Tadya. Therefore, Lord Shiva said that the worship of the highest worship is the worship of the not Vishnu, more above them, the worship of all these things. To worship the Tulasi Maharani to Vaishnavas. Therefore, the Vaisnava Acharyas, they are great. Rasya Prasada, Bhagavad Prasada. Without worshipping them, we cannot get Krishna. Krishna cannot be approached directly. Krishna say, no, you want to approach directly? Sorry, I cannot be obtained. Directly, Krishna cannot be obtained. Krishna say in Adi Purana to Arjuna that I cannot be approached like this. ये मे भक्त जना पार्थ न मे भक्ताश्च ते जनाः मद भक्तानां च वे भक्तास्तमे भक्तताम मतः. Lord Krishna told to Arjuna that those who are my direct devotee are actually not my devotee, but those who are devotee of my devotees are factually my devotees. So Krishna never recognizes a person who is directly coming, rather who is a devotee of devotee. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, Gopi Vartu Pada Kamalaya Dasa Dasanu Dasa. More we servant of the servant of the servant, more we are recognized by Krishna. Krishna recognizes those who are more servant of the servant of the servant. Therefore, it is said that Madhavakta Pujyadhika, the exalted position of the Acharyas. They are very, very exalted. Even Krishna worshipped them. What to speak about? Well, they are like worshipable by the Krishna himself. What to speak about others? Therefore, one should approach a spiritual master. Therefore, first thing is that every disciple must approach a spiritual master. It is stated in this beautiful verse by Prahlad Maharaj that one should approach a spiritual master first. Guru Sususraya Bhaktya Sarvalabdha Panina Cha. So here it is said that one must accept the bona fide spiritual master, render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master. And in the association of saintly person, a devotee one should worship the Lord, hear glories of the Lord. So here it is said that one should first of all accept a bona fide spiritual master. This is the first thing. Rupa Goswami say in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the first thing is to initiate by a spiritual master. Guru Padasraya. First is Guru Padasraya, then Diksha, then Guru Sevana, Sadharma Siksha Pricha, Sadhu Marga Anugamana. These are the very much important instruction by Rupa Goswami and in Shastra. On the path of regulative devotional service, one must observe the following item. One must accept a bona fide spiritual master. One must accept initiation from him. One must serve him. One must receive instruction from spiritual master. Make inquiries in order to learn devotional service. One must follow in the footsteps of previous Acharya, follow direction given by spiritual master. These are the very, very important lesson, important instruction. If we want to attain Krishna, we want to go to reach the ultimate goal of life, attain the ultimate goal of life, one must follow that. One must initiate by a spiritual master. No question of option. Otherwise, as we have been discussing that Krishna is not accepting us. Krishna do not recognize us if we directly approach us. Therefore, the Acharya's position, Acharya's contributions is so high that they are not only as good as their worship is more effective than worshipping the God. Therefore, we are celebrating today the disappearance day of our glorious spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. At the age of 69, fake age, old age, most of them will be playing, sitting in the room or playing with their grandchildren. Prabhupada took a tremendous risk. He determined to go to America to preach Krishna consciousness. America is the headquarters of materialistic civilization, the headquarters of Maya. Somehow and all he received a ticket in a goods ship, freighter, is a cargo ship. And 37 days he was sailing through the, with the ocean, through the ocean. 37 days. And during that period, he was suffering 2 heart attacks. Despite all this kind of adverse situation, trials, tribulations, troubles, he was determined, and he went to America. In America, he do not know, practically penniless. He has got 40 rupees, which is $6-7 equivalent. He do not know where to stay, how to go left, right. He do not know. He is very culturally, intellectually, and physically, everything is foreign to him. The place is very much foreign to Prabhupada. But despite all these things, he is determined that I will preach Krishna consciousness. I will preach the glories of the Lord. That is called Acharyas. Paropakara, always concerned about others. And he made a history, and he became a phenomenon. He spread the Krishna consciousness throughout the world, as predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prithivite ache jata nagaradi grama sarvatra prachara hoibe mora naam. So that prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, now accomplished by his sincere, pure, bona fide representative, bona fide devotee Srila Prabhupada. He made it, he accomplished it within 12 years of time. He spread Krishna consciousness. He spread Krishna consciousness. Just like he made 108 temples. He wrote so many literature in relationship with Lord Bhagavatam. Previously it was written in a vernacular language, but he translated it into English so that everybody can access. Everybody can have access, can read it, can get an opportunity to know the transcendental knowledge. That is his major contributions. Just like a Vasudev, he is like a Vasudev. Just Vasudev compiled all the literature in Sanskrit, he translated into the English. He is like a modern Vasudev, so that we can get out from material cage. He is like Narada Muni. At the vague age of old age, he traveled the world 14 times. Just like Narada Muni is famous for traveling. He always travels to preach Krishna consciousness, reclaim the conditioned soul. So Prabhupada did it 14 times. He traveled all over the world at this age. How much compassion he has got. How much compassion for the fallen conditioned soul. He is like a Narada Muni of modern age. He is like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, despite all kind of torments, torture from his father, he remained Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada gone through so much troubles during this period, but still he is determined that I will spread the glories of the Lord. I will carry out the order of my spiritual master, who told me, who ordered me to speak, to preach this Krishna consciousness in Western world. Paschatya Deshatari. And he is like Ambrish Maharaj. Ambrish Maharaj, although he has got so much money, but everything used for Krishna. Prabhupada came with 40 rupees and turned into $40 billion, but everything used for Krishna service. That is his glories. Finally, when he was going to disappear, he was showing that how to disappear. how to become Krishna consciousness at the time of death. Just like Visvambhar, at the time of death, he wanted to remember Krishna. So at the till the end of life, disappearance, Prabhupada always Krishna consciousness. He was preaching last lesson just one day before his disappearance. He was telling how important the association of devotees, so that one can come to the mode of goodness, further transcends to transcendental goodness. Therefore, the acharyas are very glorified throughout this shastra. Sakhyadharitena samasta shastrai. Why Shastra glorified? Because they have this uncommon transcendental quality which can even surpasses the Krishna. Their compassion even surpasses the Supreme Lord himself. Therefore, there is a beautiful verses in this regard spoken by the Nanda Maharaj to Gargamuni, that Mahad Vichalam Ninnam Grihinam Dinachetasam Nihishreyasya Bhagavana Kalpate Nanyatha Kaschet. O my Lord, O great devotee, person like you move from one place to another, not for their own interest, but for the sake of poor-hearted grihastha householder. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another place. Therefore, this is called paropakara. Vaisnavas are always concerned about others. Therefore, they move one place to another place. Prahlad Maharaj, when asked Nrsimhadev that please come back to Vaikuntha, no, he told, no, I do not want Vaikuntha. I do not want to be liberated alone. I want to take this conditioned soul, mudhas, foolish conditioned soul. So he spoke very nicely in these beautiful verses that I do not want alone go. Naivadujja paradurataya vaitaranya tadavira gayana mahamruta magnachita sochetata vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya varam udvahat vimudhan. So here it is said that oh best of the great personality, I am not at all afraid of material existence. For whatever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thought of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness, maintaining their families, societies, countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. Therefore, he told, no, I do not want to go anywhere. I do not want liberation. Not only that, in next verse he told, I do not want to forest for my own liberation. I want to preach them. Prayena deva munaya svimukta kamaha myaunam charanti vijane na paratha nistaha naitan vihaya kirpanan vimukha eka nanyam todasaya saranam brahmata anupasya. So here Prahlad Maharaj also denied, my dear Nrsimhadev, Lord Nrsimhadev, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance. Many of them they like their own deliverance. They are called Bhajananandi, not caring for big cities and town. They go to Himalayas or the forest, meditate with the vows of silence, Maunabharta. They are not interested in delivering. As for me, I do not wish to be liberated alone. Leaving aside all fools and rascals, I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I used to bring them back to shelter of your lotus feet. That is called Krishna consciousness. That is called acharyas. Prabhupada is like this. Prabhupada was very good place, the Radha Damodar temple. It was a very nice place. And he was very happy that he was in Radha Damodar temple. There was no problem. He can easily liberate himself. He is a real liberated soul anyway. But he took the risk of coming to America. Why? For the sake of the poor-hearted grahastha. For the sake, for delivering the poor-hearted grahastha. Therefore he came. He went to America only for that purpose. He is like a Prahlad Maharaj. Prabhupada is like a Prahlad Maharaj mood. Therefore, the acharyas are very, very exalted, very glorious. Therefore, we celebrate their disappearance. Therefore, Krishna is glorifying in so many verses. Krishna say that there is a beautiful verses. Krishna is telling to Uddhava that A nice verse in 11 canto, uh, 11, forget 11, 14, 16, I think. The beautiful verses. It is says that, yes, Nirapakhyam munim santam nirvairam samadarsanam anuvarjanti aham nityam puyati angri renu vi. So here Krishna spoke to Uddhava, with the dust of my devotees' lotus feet, I desire to purify the material worlds, which are situated within me. Thus I always follow the footstep of my pure devotee, who are free from personal desire, wrapped in thought of my pastime, peaceful, without any feeling of enmity, and equal disposition everywhere. Equal disposition. Prabhupada never discriminated, oh, he's a mlecha, he's a Jabana, he's an American. No. Prabhupada equally disposed to everywhere, just like sun is equally disposed. Therefore, Krishna telling they are very, very great personality. I want to purify this material world by their dust, by their footstep. I also follow their footstep. That is the position of the position of this great Acharya. The great Acharya position is so exalted, even Krishna want to purify. Even Krishna want to be purified the entire world by the lotus feet, and Krishna want to follow it. So that is the position of these things. Krishna say that they're so glorious that I himself is following their path. Krishna, the personality of Godhead, say that the devotees are so exalted. Oh, great says, sorry. To me, the Brahmana is the highest, most beloved personality. Disrespect shown to my attendant has actually been displayed me, because doormen are my servitor. I take this to be an offense of myself. I seek your forgiveness. So Lord Himself is so much exalted, so much glorifying this Brahmanas, that He says that these beautiful verses. Anyone in the entire world, even down to the Chandala, who lives by cooking, eating flesh of the dog, is immediately purified if he takes bath in hearing through the ear of glorification of my name. Now you have realized me without doubt, therefore I will not hesitate to lop up my own. So Krishna says that the acharyas are so glorious, that even my own forearm form is not dearer to me than Brahmana. Within himself, a learned Brahmana comprises all Veda, just as within myself I comprise all the demigods. So Krishna himself glorifies the great personalities like Brahmanas, Vaisnavas. Ignorant of this truth, foolish people neglect and enviously offend a learned Brahmana, who being non-different from me is their spiritual master and very self. They consider worshipable only such obvious manifestation of divinity as my deity. So they are all very glorious. Krishna is glorifying all this because he has realized me, a Brahmana is firmly fixed in knowledge that everything moving, non-moving is universe, also primary element of his creation. So therefore, Krishna is very much glorifying these devotees, that they are very exalted, very high. We are celebrating today disappearance day of our spiritual master A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Actually, disappearance, there's nothing called disappearance, appearance, as I told you, is both are good, because Prabhupada said that I will not die. There is nothing called death of a spiritual master, death of a pure devotee. No, because they do not come by their karma. Therefore, it is Prabhupada say that I shall not die, I will not die, I will live in my book. Actually, the pure devotee, they live with their instruction, and follower also live by following them. But those who tells that Vaisnava dies, he reason seals who tells Vaisnava die. Bhakti Vinod Thakur say. He reason seals who tells Vaisnava die. Vaisnava never dies. Thou art living in sound. They die to live, and living, spreading the holy name of the Lord. So there is no death of Vaisnava. He is always existing with their instruction. That is the whole idea. So on this very auspicious disappearance day, one must meditate on the sacrifice of those acharyas, sacrifice of our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. Just like a child, if he knows that my mother has sold all his jewelries for my education, how much a child will be showing gratitude, obliged to his spiritual master, to his mother. Similarly, when we know that how the acharyas are so exalted for the sake of us, they are undertaking all these tribulations just to reclaim us, then our appreciation, just like Prabhupada undergoing so much tribulation, he won't be sleeping and compiling Bhagavatam, but we are not interested in reading Bhagavatam. He made such a thing that everybody can come to. So he opened a center, give us opportunity for a sadhu sangha, hearing Bhagavatam, so that we can go back to Godhead. If we know that how much sacrifice Srila Prabhupada did it for us, our appreciations, our gratitude for him be manifold. Therefore, one should not celebrate the disappearance, appearance day just like a rituals or a prasadam ecstasy. One must understand the Guru Tattva. One must understand the importance of Guru. One must also understand the unparalleled contribution of Srila Prabhupada to entire human society, not only personal, individual level, but entire human society. Therefore, the acharyas are empowered. Thou art living in sound. They are always living. They are living with their instruction. The best disciple means follow the instruction. Srila Prabhupada says, you just follow my instruction. Chant 16 round, 4 regulative principle observe. Here, read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. That's all. You can go back to God. That guarantees. Krishna say also, whatever the acharyas, they set a method. I agree to that. To attain Krishna is not easy thing. Raganuga Bhakti. We have to be very highest level platform to attain Bhakti, attain Krishna. But the Acharya made it very simple, because they are more compassionate than the Lord himself. Very compassionate. Therefore, they are glorified even by Krishna. Madhavakta Pujya Adhika. Even by Krishna, they are glorified. Thank you very much. On this very auspicious disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada, we pray to Srila Prabhupada, please be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet, so that we can attain our ultimate goal of life, back to Godhead, back home. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada Tirabhav Mahotsav ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.